So we're just going to give a few more minutes here just to make sure that we can try and get them back into this. I think we are going to now return. I don't believe they were able to get that player back online. So it is going to be now, again, a 5-man team for Vandy going against AB Esports on the attack. It is going to be extremely interesting once again to see how this is going to be played out. Needing to try and adjust their composition here, seeing if they can actually hold this here on the defense, even though you will see an aggressive playstyle coming out here by both Parallax and Snake on the Genji and Reaper. And we've seen a lot of great gameplay come out of Parallax. I was casting it a couple days ago, and he was just able to find those opportunities to really engage, and they're going to be very aggressive here as they look to try and maneuver underneath this car wash here to see if they can get a lot of extra damage. 3 minutes and 40 seconds. The engage is going to happen on the high ground, seeing if they can try and contest this, but needing to be very careful as they continue to move this payload. Starting to fall back. You do see Vandy able to try and get some positioning here, and hopefully early pick will benefit them, but they will get a demech here by Parallax. Unfortunately, that's going to force that tank to draw back, needing to be careful as they look to once again now try and capitalize on the high ground. Nice kill coming out though by Slinky, seeing if they can try and even the numbers now, so it will be a 5v5. And they continue to try and hold with them, looking to regroup on the payload. Going to be forced down to the low level. An easy DMAC here coming out onto TM, and they are going to be able to push them back. Maddox following up here onto Snake Attack, and that's going to be a solid pushback here, and just continuing to hold them under the car wash with that Primal Rage coming out by Maddox, and Slinky getting a follow-up. Overall, they are playing extremely well here on this position for the defense. Now having 2 ultimates available, it is going to be crucial for them to use these appropriately to try and still keep this going on the defense. 1 ultimate available. Valet is going to have that ultimate. The self-destruct will be pivotal for them to try and continue holding. The rally already coming out, though, to give some buffer. So this self-destruct, even if it does connect, will not get a kill. Orca does manage to get clipped, but again, that armor is going to prevent them from getting the follow-up. Still trying to see if they can hold this back. Valkyrie back up once again here by Universe. It's just going to be a great defensive ultimate here. They are trying to do as much as they can, and it is a wonderful defensive hold right now. 2 minutes and 10 seconds now with 3 ultimates, though, climbing on AB Esports. Gonna have them. Oh, and a nice pick is gonna come out here onto Maddox, able to bring him down, not able to continue holding as they get a nice res. Jagrag in the back, able to get it back up, keeping that 6-man advantage. Parallax almost going down, not able to do it. Gonna force the Primal Rage, and ultimates will be unloaded. 4, soon to be 5 here. Parallax holding onto it with a self-destruct coming onto the payload as they look to try and turn the corner, and that's gonna be a solid engager with Parallax now coming in with the Death Blossom, trying to shut them down, but Universe and Slinky doing so much healing. Unbelievable job continuing to keep them alive as they get so very close to this next checkpoint. And now it's only going to be Valet and Medics as they now finally take over on this attack and move into the next payload push. Unbelievable. 3 minutes and 45 seconds now as they're going to start to move into this next one. And again, I have to give Vandy a wonderful amount of credit right now. You do see them coming in, being able to solidly hold strong using this duo support composition, even though they are down a man. Also going to respond effectively now. You will see Orca going to be here on this DPS on the Hanzo, trying to get that high pick damage, potentially going to try and pick somebody off so they can again make it a 5v5. Turning the corner, it will be 2 ultimates in favor of AB Esports. The rally once again coming out by Slinky. This is a brilliant play by Vandy, using that armor to come up every time to try and give them a buffer, surviving the incoming damage. Universe going to survive. Medics able to go into the back, continuing to take out Snake. No more harass with Slinky getting a lockdown onto Parallax, and that's going to be another solid hold here for Vandy. Again, I am truly admiring this selection that they have right now, and just overall gameplay that they are having, just because they've been able to really pick the correct comp that they need to try and withstand this incoming damage. Slinky now almost at 0.5% to get another ultimate, and they're still managing to hold on to that armor, keeping it up for this entire time as they are playing strategically. Parallax jumping overhead. Maddox getting a little aggressive though, trying to get into the back line, harassing onto the supports and try to pick them off again so that they do not have that advantage. Luca-Light is going to go down, but returned is going to be Orca and Maddox being taken out, and this is where the momentum is going to hurt them. Once they get that first initial initial pick and catch them out from that high ground position, they are not going to be able to continue holding. They are doing a wonderful job now starting to move into this next checkpoint with the respawn advantage. It should help them with now Slinky getting a little bit closer to 60%, Universe having it. Orca is going to go down, unfortunately, though. They will not have that damage. They're going to have to fall back, wait for that respawn to come out, and see if they can truly hold against this aggressive AB Esports. 4 ultimates, self-destruct coming into the back by TM, seeing if they can pick off one. Isn't going to happen. That shield by Brigitte and positional movement onto the inner corridor is going to allow them to survive. 3 ultimates now back available on Vandy, seeing if they can try and contest 4. Now going to see Medics jumping into the back, going to try and force some damage with a self-destruct coming out as well, trying to force it. Another Transcendence is going to be used to try and keep them alive. It will be also the Death Blossom coming out by Parallax in the back, getting 2 with it. An easy res, though, coming out for Orca by Universe as they continue to try and hold. 2 minutes and 50 seconds, still trying to push around the corner. Jag getting so very low, seeing if they can get the pick, but isn't going to happen. 2 ultimates still remaining, soon to be 3 by Slinky. And Parallax, once again, as we saw 2 days ago, is going to be so aggressive in the back, trying to find those corners where he can hide and just be ready for them to come out. Primal Rage is going to be forced by Lucolite along with Parallax, dealing the damage here. Very close corridors, able to get the D-Neck onto Valet as they continue to push, seeing if they can turn it around, trying to continue harassing as they push them out this doorway. Orca now back onto the Widowmaker, getting so aggressive into the back line. It will be a self-destruct overhead, pushing them off the point. Medics now able to get a nice pick with Valet onto Jag, shutting down one of the supports. Now getting the second here. Slinky doing a great job, and these respawn advantages are coming in extremely well as they look to try and hold and turn this around with 2 minutes left to go and probably just under 10 meters left. Unbelievable turnaround there right at the end. And to be honest, you saw Orca jump into the back and be able to get a really nice positioning, harassing in the close quarters with that assault rifle. Not able to have them draw all their attention. And now I think we actually are going to get the 6th member in, seeing if we can try and push him into this fight and the tail end of it. It might just be the graphic. We don't know. Yes, it is. It actually is. It is going to be a Zenyatta coming out. They will have the second support to have triple now, actually, with Orca on the Widowmaker. Maybe we'll see one of the switches come out onto Slinky or to Universe, as Purina is going to come out again with the Zenyatta. They are going to have a solid 6-man group now, and this is probably going to tilt AB Esports. Now they know that they're going against this with 1 minute and 12 seconds left. That's 6th player that they have lacked this entire time. And you are going to see the switch now. It will be Purina going on to that Pharah. They will have the overhead damage and no real hit scan on AB Esports. This could spell disaster for them, even though Parallax is going to have an ultimate coming up here. Jagrag able to get that ultimate very soon. Orca getting a wonderful pick, forcing the res. Self-destruct now coming onto the street, seeing if they can get it. Manages to get Satchel, taking him down. 45 seconds still to go. Slinky having the rally and is going to pop it. Wanting to make sure that they have the armor here, trying to keep in this fight as they have only a few meters to go with 40 seconds remaining. Orca getting another pick here onto Jag, able to take him out after the res comes out here by Universe. Still continuing to hold strong just around the corner, needing to find the opportunity to get around this bend, and they're going to be reset. Another stagger coming out. They're going to be in a very difficult spot with this 20 seconds left. You do see Vandy getting very aggressive, just going around the corner. Going to have Medics along with Valet in the front on the high ground, seeing if they can try and give some great drop down position with this aggression. Gonna have 5 seconds left, getting into crunch time, needing to scramble onto the point, but 2 are gonna go down in time. Orca getting the pick, Dragon Strike trying to buy some time, and they manage to get it into the overtime. Seeing if they can try and get onto the point quick enough to buy a few more seconds. Not gonna happen. An entire team kill, and that is going to be round 1. A solid defensive hold, starting with 5, ending at 6, with Vandy on the great hold right now. Unbelievable job buying enough time to get that 6th player in and making sure that they were able to buy that time for him. Unbelievable job. We are going to see Vandy now on the aggressive push against AB Esports, and they're going to have to be very, very coordinated right now. It is going to be a different game for them. They had a little bit of a difficult time trying to get involved here in the front because they had the 5-man team. Now they have 6. They'll be a little bit more aggressive. I feel if they keep the Pharah, you will force AB Esports to go onto a hit scan to really try and counter that play, even though AB Esports is looking to have a triple support right now. Interesting to see. They are going to use that. They will solely rely on Parallax, which I can honestly say Parallax has been doing an amazing job on this Reaper. As we saw 2 days ago, he was doing so great finding those positions, and it's going to be crucial for Vandy to really watch his position and make sure that they don't get caught out with him from behind and just shut them down immediately. 40 seconds now until we do have this begin. Only going to be the 2 support comp, 2 DPS, and 2 damage dealers and tanks for Vandy's comp. And you know, you don't see Winston D.Va too much, and both of these teams are really relying on it. It's with this type of verticality in the map, you know, a lot of nooks and crannies that you can get into around the payload through that second portion where the ship is docked. There is a lot of opportunity to really get some backline power and push as they move into that next phase. But as we saw with Orca getting those wonderful picks right at the tail end of that, getting that shutdown early as they turn the corner, they are really going to have to be careful of this. And most likely why they're going to have Lucolite and TM really focus on the positioning here so Orca doesn't manage to get those picks that will immediately shut them down. Now they are going to cluster on that high ground where the bridge is, trying to force them back. A lot of damage being used. Parallax taking out one, getting a DMAC here by Lucolite, and that's going to force Vandy back very quickly. They're going to drop in the lower section now, ambushing from overhead with Parallax still in the back, doing quite a bit as they want to get some cover, though, with Orca looking to turn it around, able to get one pick onto the support and continue pushing. Now you will see Orca being harassed in the back by the Winston. Medics doing a great job to try and keep tabs on where Orca is so they do not have the sight lines as they continue to push. Lucolite now getting very low after trying to engage onto Orca, retreating with the rest of the team. Slinky getting a triple kill right now. Parallax finally taking him down and now starting to turn it around, able to get a second kill with Orca getting a final onto Parallax, shutting down that reaping as they're going to fall back to that payload and continue pushing it forward. You know, again, I feel that that engage for them went well on the defense for AB Esports, but when Lucolite went too hard onto Orca in the back and was so far away from the team, it allowed them to isolate him and start dealing damage as he looked to retreat. Orca was still getting shots on him, taking a lot of damage, and now they're going to try and force them into this choke point on the high ground. Death Blossom trying to get a pick here in the back on the payload as he does get very close, manages to get one, followed up here onto Medics, getting a second. Valkyrie will now be popped by Jagrag to try and continue holding. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It is still a decent amount of time, though, for Vandy to get back into this fight, pull back the reins a little bit, and try and re-engage here. Still having just over 5 meters to go, slowly being pushed back. Again, decent amount of time, 2 minutes, most likely 2, potentially 3 assaults if they can regroup quick enough, but a stagger coming out on Ballet isn't going to help them. They do almost have that self-destruct. Infrasight is available and will be used so that they can get some vision on where their position is as they look to continue moving forward. 4 ultimates now for Vandy, and now 3 ultimates with a rocket barrage overhead trying to force them back. Orca getting a pick, self-destruct in the corner, seeing if they can take out one, isn't able to, getting locked away with another coming out here by a great placement, able to get 2 with it by Valet as they look to continue pushing forward. Snake going down, Lucolite, and that's most likely going to be a solid team push here as they finally reach the next checkpoint. 4 minutes to go, moving into this next phase. They're going to most likely try and find that middle high ground position. Orca is going to get up there very quickly now, starting to look at the sightlines through that choke point of the top left side where the doorway is, and now they're just going to snowball. You see Vandy having such great momentum right now. The shield coming out by Slinky, able to give some cover so they can choose to be aggressive here and continue pushing forward. Though they are a little shy on ultimates. There's one now. It's going to be even. Orca having the Infrasight, so that will help, but they will have Lucolite. Oh, no, and once again, it is going to go down by Orca. Unbelievable pick there. Again, just going to force them back. Orca will go down by Snake, so an even exchange, but still 3 minutes and 15 seconds, and it's going to have to be AB Esports getting real aggressive here, but now it will be the Rockets from above coming in that tight choke point, able to get one, and looking to follow up onto Parallax, getting him out of the fight, even though he is going to turn quickly onto Orca. Jumping onto the point, you will see the rally coming out by Slinky. Primal Rage is also going to be forced as they continue to try and hold. Valkyrie overhead, not yet ready, but trying to give the damage boost here to Purina and continue pushing, and does reach the next checkpoint. Slinky getting a nice staggered kill here onto Snake. Medics doing a great job again, getting Satchel out of this fight, jumping onto the supports, knowing that their respawn just happened prior to that checkpoint. and they were in a difficult spot. Gonna lose them early with 4 minutes now to go, as Orca's looking for some sightlines with some additional damage boost by Universe. Gonna be difficult for AB. Again, they're being so pressured with Orca and can't get to him effectively. Lukalite going down and getting so much cover from Valet that he is just continuing to just push forward. Orca having no problems with sidelines, allowing the team on the lower level to continue pushing. Self-destruct is gonna be for zoned, and Satchel's gonna force out the Transcendence. Primal Rage coming out and just a continuous aggression with early picks. Lukalite switching now onto the Reinhardt, seeing if that can help them in this latch dish at desperation with Jagrag now using the Valkyrie, and that is going to be it. A solid push for Vandy, claiming victory here on Watchpoint Gibraltar. Let's go ahead and see what the play of the game was. And it is going to be Medics. Medics able to get that play of the game here. Let's see which one it was. It looks like it's on the defense, actually, when they were still down a man, trying to see if they can get back in the fight, using that Primal Rage to knock them away, following up and giving great assistance as they were able to prevent them from getting back to this payload with that regrouped 6-man team. And again, we will go ahead and just now switch into the next match, which according to the listing is going to be Ilios. So we are now going on to a control map. It's going to be interesting to see what they pick here, going to get the ready check from both teams. And I guarantee you we're going to see a lot of Pharah play here. It is very typical to see that on this map. And I'm wondering who is going to choose to do that for AB Esports. We already saw Vandy come out on Purina using it and doing it very well, playing extremely reserved, finding the opportunity to exploit their weaknesses in position and just coming down on them immediately. Alrighty, now it actually is going to be the first map here in the runes, so there is going to be a huge sightline. I am guaranteeing we will probably see a Widowmaker from Orca again. There it is. I knew that was going to happen again, seeing that strong Widow play. I don't know if AB Esports is going to want to try and contest that, though. They're going to either have to allow Orca to doing as much damage as he was in the back, just consistently, or try to contest it 1v1. Now we're going to see Snake Attack come out on the Genji. Parallax is going to still stay on that Reaper, which is played very well, but having a difficult time to really continue to contest against this overall composition that Vandy is having as they continue to come out the doorways. It's going to be interesting. I feel that Parallax is going to have to try and give a lot of harass in the back, but need to be so very aware of where Orca is, or if they're able to get an early pick, maybe potentially by Snake Attack, or even TM getting in the back on the Diva with Lukalite together and using that combined force as the DPS and healers, the supports, staying in the back, playing a little reserve. It's going to be risky. They're going to find themselves in a rock and a hard place if they can't seem to get that damage onto Orca to not have that Widowmaker. You will see the last-minute switch here, but it looks like they actually are going to keep the... Nope, there goes the Symmetra. I was going to say that would have been interesting to see that play come out, but it will be the, again, Diva, Winston for Vandy as they come out. Almost a mirrored comp here with the tanks. Yes, it will be, along with the supports almost reflected. Just the Zenyatta switch to the Brigitte. Looking to try and engage on the high ground on the left or right-hand side, depending upon the position near the statue, getting a lot of damage through these columns. Able to get one. Snake Attack is going to go down, but Lukalite giving a nice return. Jumping onto the point, it will be Universe getting a res here to see if they can get Slinky back on the fight, wanting to make sure that they have that extra support as they look to turn it in favor of Vandy. Seeing if they can try and hold, but both supports going down. Lukalite doing a wonderful job getting into their face and continuing to contest them on this point. Even though they're at 12%, it will start to switch over to AB Esports here very quickly now that the supports have been taken out and starting to turn it back around. Jumping onto the point now, it will be Lukalite trying to buy some time, and I don't know if I feel that was beneficial for them with this much, time that they're going to get. They're going to lose that early stagger, have to wait for the respawn, and now they're going to get in a good spot here to try and get some initial damage and just, again, give that little bit more percent for their ultimates against Vandy. Will be 19% to soon be 19 even right now, with a lot of damage coming out overhead by the Pharah from Vandy. Again, now having that rocket barrage, getting so much out, having it come overhead, able to get one. Lukalite does go down. The Transcendence isn't going to come out soon enough. Valkyrie coming out as well. Both supports used with the self-destruct coming out, not able to heal through that Jagrag, and that's going to unfortunately be another. Ultimates coming out from both teams, doing so much damage. Needing to be careful of how this engage is going to happen, and I do believe Vandy is starting to look to turn it around with having the ult advantage being used. EM now going to try and use it as a zoning mechanism to try and buy some time here on this point, but isn't going to happen, and that's going to be a solid turnaround here for Vandy on this point. What a fireworks that we display. Fireworks display that we just saw earlier with all of those ultimates, able to manage to hold on to one by Snake Attack for AB Esports. So they are going to look into using this to their advantage with Lugalite almost having that Primal Rage available. You are going to see the shields coming up though by Slinky in the back, seeing if they can try and get some decent buffer here before they engage. Orca now using the Infocide. Valet getting a great early pick here onto Lugalite with a second coming out onto Parallax as they look to continue pushing them back. And again, being so aggressive, using that push by D.Va, Valet, and Medics. Amazing with Orca just getting the picks as they look to flee, and they're gonna hold them back to their spawn. Difficult times right now. 3 ultimates available for Vandy as they look to try and lock them into place, with 2 coming both from Snake and Lugalite. Almost going down. Orca getting a lot of damage in the back, and again, nobody able to contest. Winston now going to try and jump forward. Lugalite seeing if they can just bypass them and try and contest on the point to force this aggressive defensive hold back to the point. Lugalite now is going to have to use that Primal Rage. Cannot manage to take that much damage here by Orca overhead, continuing to be uncontested. Looking to drop to the low ground. Purina getting a double kill here. Triple. One of them technically being the D-Back, wanting to follow up onto it. And that's going to be a wonderful battle pistol kill coming out by Universe. And another solid hold. But they stuck behind, trying to see if they can turn it around. Able to take it back to the overtime point with one member now trying to consistently get onto it. Parallax all alone. And Dragon Blade is going to come up too long, too late. Unfortunately, that will be round 1 going to Vanity instead of AB Esports. So now they're going to have to, again, rethink their composition now to really try and contest this. Maybe want to, stick with the same comp or switch and go outside of their comfort zone. Going on to the windmill, it's going to be interesting. Having that pit of death, I guarantee you, and there it is. It will be the Hog and Orisa coming out so that they can use that pit of death to their advantage. 15 seconds as they prepare for this attack on the second round. AB Esports gonna also go on to that Orisa. Only gonna have one though. Surprised I'm not to see a Lucio here. Definitely see that as well as the support pick trying to continue holding on this map. Pharah again having another displacement. You're going to have 3 characters by Vandy able to maneuver these characters from AB Esports. There's going to be the swap, so we will have TM06 going onto the Roadhog and going to try and get those crucial hooks here to help in addition to Lugalite's pull to the center. 15 seconds till the control point does become active. Hulk gonna pull him up into the sky, pulling him back with the hook. Oh my goodness, that was an unbelievable connect onto that player. Another aggressive one, trying to get a hook, and there it is. Oh man, TM06 landing 2 in a row. They have played this composition before, because you can tell the flawless engage they had there on this second map of the windmill. Unbelievable. That halt hook combination is so devastating, and they didn't even need to use the pit in the center. So many people try and focus on that specific mechanic of getting them into the pit, getting them out of the fight. But why, instead of trying to get multiple, when you can sure guarantee one with the combination of Medics and Valet with the halt hook combination? Unbelievable job. 25% now starting to climb. You do see them trying to get back onto this point, and most likely another one coming out, almost able to get it, just out of range by the hook. And now going to be careful as they do get a hook in return. TM06 able to pick off Slinky in the back. Halt's going to try and pull him out again, but now you do see AB Esports responding effectively, trying to tuck behind that lighthouse, or not the lighthouse, the windmill, to continue holding and not allow them to be isolated by that halt with the hook to follow up. 3 ultimates now still on the point for Vandy, with 2, only 1 now actually by AB Esports since Parallax was taken down, and a wonderful turnaround here by Purina, getting a triple kill on that Pharah. Whole Hog is going to come out to try and push them back, but there's a boop by Slinky saying bye-bye to TM06. Unbelievable job. The awareness that Vandy is having right now against AB Esports and utilizing their abilities is absolutely insane. Just consistently, one after another, finding the boot from Purina, finding the halt hook between the 2 tanks, and even having Slinky join in on the fun, knocking him into the center, and that's going to be just devastating for them. Another hook through the Dragon Strike, not seeing it. 1-for-1. Satchel going down. Ballet as well. Deadeye coming out in the back by Parallax and gonna try and continue pushing. Slinky getting a nice bash to shut him down with still a lot of rapid fire damage coming out by Medics in the back. Oh, here's gonna be a hole. Oh, but Orca surviving in the back, getting pulled into the center and climbing up the wall, able to be picked off here, and that's gonna be round 2 going to Vandy. What an amazing match that was. Let's see what the play of the game was. Unbelievable. That's most likely that triple kill coming out here with that rocket barrage in the back, but I might be mistaken. Looks like they're at, ooh, a nice shot. Yep, here it is, gonna be overhead, finding the position, using that bank off the wall to just tuck behind the shield and allow them to get a 4-man kill. Wonderful job. 3 cards going in favor of Vandy, with 1 going in favor of AB Esports, with Jag doing everything possible to heal through that damage, and just unbelievable. If I could have been able to get all of those as highlights for the boops, knock into the centers, and overall halt hooks, that would have been amazing to see. But now we're going to go ahead and turn into the 3rd match. 2 matches already going to Vandy, with none to AB Esports. Dorado now is going to be the next map. Going into 3 will be an escort map, having AB Esports on the attack with Vandy on the defense. Looking like we have 30 seconds as they look to assemble their teams, and now you're going to see a little bit of a changeup. You want to see Vandy now going on to the Zarya and the Reinhardt. It's a great comp that we have on Dorado. Going to keep Slinky on that Brigitte, who is being playing so well, along with Orca. But, you know, in the return, you do see, again, AB Esports. I have to give major props to Jagrag and Satchel. They are dealing so much healing right now and trying to focus those targets down that the Discord is being thrown on by Satchel, and doing everything possible. Parallax is, again, trying to get into the back line. They're really trying to do this. But honestly, even though they are doing all of these things, like, correctly when they try to get into the back line, it's just unfortunate that Vandy is able to respond effectively to these maneuvers. Just knowing how Parallax is going to play and understand the Reaper play, knowing how to really contest against it. We'll see TM06 and Localite on the Reinhardt and Zarya as well. A little bit of a switch. Again, I feel that the Brigitte is causing a lot of problems for them. I think that is one of the key things that we see here, you know, with some support picks, is if they can't, you know, find that window of getting into the back line and shutting down a support, if Slinky has that bash available to lock that single target down, and in matches like this, where people are extremely coordinated, they really can effectively turn and kill with a drop of a hat in these communications. I mean, I guarantee you there is a lot of shouting in these comms to say when somebody is stunned in the back by Vandy, they are for sure going to turn immediately and pick them off. Karita now going to be on that Hanzo, getting some vision as they look to try and turn the corner here. Not seen too much play on the Hanzo, so it'll be interesting to see how well they will be able to transition from the Pharah to the Hanzo. Having still the projectile, that is going to be an easy pick coming out onto Orca, but a nice forced res out of Universe, so they will not have it as they look to try and go onto the underpass here into the marketplace. 3 minutes and 30 seconds, already killed 30 seconds as they are having a solid push just around this corner, now starting to be halted a little bit. A lot of damage coming in. Parallax now caught out in the front again. That Brigitte just getting a great stun before the Wraithform shutting down the DPS. That is the biggest problem right now. He tries to do the same tactic. Parallax getting into the back, trying to see if they can get an early pick on somebody and Wraithform out. Deal the damage, get out of the fight. Deal the damage, get out of the fight. Have that ultimate available, and now you're just going to see a consistent stagger coming out by Vandy against AB Esports. If they really want to keep on this Reaper, they're going to have to either, one, try and make sure that they are nowhere near Slinky and getting that pick and getting out quickly, or they're going to have to just completely rush onto him, try to force the damage onto Slinky behind the shield with an additional help by either snake attack or even an aggressive push with that shield coming out by TM06, because it's just being devastating for them. Dragon Strike now is going to come from the lower, or down to the lower level from overhead, see if they can get a nice pick through the wall, but unable to do so, as they're now in a very tight choke point once again. AB Esports almost getting knocked down, does manage to do it, preventing the charge coming out here by Medics, able to get the pick, and now looking to swarm, seeing them knock them down with Parallax, finding the opportunity to really contest against them, and that's going to be a quick turnaround here as they look to maneuver into the marketplace. Let's go ahead and see 2 minutes still to go. They may have one more opportunity to try and get there in time, seeing if they can get onto this point, potentially capitalize on it just before it reaches the next checkpoint, as Slinky is just about to have that rally for this next engage. Having that 2 ultimates available. Here comes Jagrag using that Valkyrie. Knew that was going to come out quickly on this push. Gonna try and hesitate and hold on Satchel's ult, but they are going to force it. Parallax able to get a pick into the back. A Death Blossom coming out as well to zone them off this point. Slinky using that rally to try and give enough defense here, but that is unfortunate. They are going to push into this next checkpoint and now get a wonderful stagger here and wants to follow up here onto Slinky as well. Trying to do everything possible. Oh no, that is going to be very delayed kill here onto Slinky. That is going to buy them, I guarantee you, at least 10 meters as they look to try and turn around this corner. They do not want to engage and will most likely try to have a full 6-man team here as it does start to pass by this courtyard, or by the courthouse. Orca overhead doing a great job, still trying to find the sightlines, looking to take out Snake, but having a very difficult time since he is very aggressive. Now with Parallax hopping into the back once again, immediately turn 2. You heard that voice line and you knew to turn and tuck tail. Orca manages to get the pick. Earthshatter trying to come out in the front, seeing if they can get it. Now a Graviton is going to come out as well with a Dragon Strike, seeing if they can isolate him on this push for AB Esports, and that is going to be another wonderful push on this payload as they now look to reach the next checkpoint. Unbelievable. You saw the Earthshatter come out. They chained the ultimates. You saw Lucolite, then the Graviton, then the Dragon Strike. They were able to use those to their advantage and finally expend enough to reach this next checkpoint, but needs to be careful now. Wanting to try and get Satchel with at least the support ultimate. Here comes the Graviton in return, seeing if they can pull them together. Medic's not going to get pulled in as they would have liked since they didn't have the damage to really turn it around. Karina getting a nice pick in the back onto Parallax, but an Earthshatter is going to come out by Medics in the back, trying to get a pin, able to do one on Light, and now looking to turn, seeing if they can even the score. Now it is going to be, it looks like a 4v3 in favor of Vandy as they continue to try and hold on the defense with just 0.96 meters to go. Wonderful comeback there right at the tail end of it, especially because 3 ultimates were used by AB Esports to get that last oomph to try and get to that next checkpoint. It was difficult for them to use all of that because then they didn't have anything in their pocket. They didn't have an ace in the hole to try and secure it in that last few meters, which now you do see Vandy having the opportunity to push it back. Orca looking to get a nice pick on the high ground and wait to see if they can have Karina from behind getting the rocket barrage, and there it is. That's what we were looking for, to come in the back, able to get 2. Orca following up here onto Lucolite, and that's going to be another solid hold here at the expense of only 1 ultimate, and now having 2 support ultimates going into this consistent hold with 1 minute and 30 seconds still to go. Looking to see if they can get some early vision. You will see Medics along with Slinky retreating, waiting to see if they are going to have any alterations to their comp or just at least know where they're maneuvering. Now going to start going towards the right-hand side, seeing if they can flank just around that fountain area and try and claim some positioning here in the back line. It looks like Vandy isn't ready for this. They're actually now in a bad position. It's going to try and see if they can collapse down on it. It will be the reposition coming out by Perina. A nice pick, though, on the Parallax by Orca, and now starting to turn it in their favor. Early pick on that attack damage dealer is going to be crucial as they continue to try and push them back. 4 ultimates available now for Vandy and continuing to shut them down. I mean, I just cannot believe it. They were able to get that early pick once again. Orca, that headshot and pick onto Parallax is just devastating. If anybody gets taken out that quick by Orca, it is just unable to really come back from. Now they're going to once again try and scramble. 30 seconds. The clock is ticking. Parallax trying to contest against the Pharah, not being able to have it. And I really feel it's honestly that they may just not have somebody comfortable enough to get onto that hit scan to try and contest. This is going to be now the last opportunity. Graviton is going to come out, trying to pull them together. Earthshatter is going to be prevented by Lucolite, doing a job keeping that shield up in time as they try and now get onto the point with 10 seconds left to go. Valkyrie being forced out by Jag, looking to see if they can continue to push, force into Transcendence as well. A lot of healing coming out to try and keep them alive. Parallax going into the back to buy some time with the overtime. Not going to connect, and that's going to unfortunately be a solid hold here for against AB Esports, and Vandy now holding them back right at the courthouse.
Switching sides.
Let's go ahead and see again. 30 seconds now. It's becoming so difficult for AB Esports to really contest against Orca and the Pharah play overhead by Purina. Again, not having potentially that strong hit scan character. That is why it is pivotal to really know those comps. And if they were to really try and contest Purina, I know it's outside of the box, but maybe trying to get that Roadhog again, seeing if they can potentially get those hooks in the back, if they can exploit the positioning, maybe getting an isolated pick in the back. And again, these are all just theories that, may not help them. Maybe, again, that hit scan character not being available is making it very difficult for them. We will see Snake Attack going onto the Junkrat, having a lot of damage in these tight choke points to try and shred through Medics and Valet's shield. That's a great pick right now. I feel that is definitely going to try and help them as they look to continue holding strong on this defense. But again, you do see Orca and Purina doing such a solid job on these damage rolls. They are consistently being pocketed by Universe on the Mercy, and Orca just really having some great evasion with cover coming out by Purina over top. Universe covering Purina, Purina covering Orca. They are just consistently working to make sure that they have wonderful coverage as they continue to either attack or defend. They have an extremely solid line with AB Esports. Again, they played so well the other day, and maybe it's just because it's a team that they're not used to. They haven't really been able to go against this type of comp before, and they could just be, there's a lot of things that go into this. But honestly, I mean, AB Esports right now is going to have to do a lot of work again to try and make sure that they can capitalize on Purina and shut down Orca in the back. We'll see that Diva play by TM06 again, hoping to see that that's going to come out here against Orca, trying to shut them down, as this will be the last opportunity for AB Esports to really turn this around and look to contest once again on this push. Now moving into the underpass here towards the marketplace, you will see them reposition very well. They're doing it as an entire team, no one getting picked off. Parallax doing a great job staying with the team, not playing that Reaper any longer, and gonna use the Hanzo and try to make sure that they can get the damage. Nobody going down just yet, only Medics actually is gonna be brought down, forcing Vandy to drop back and now look for an entire regroup. Looking to see if they can try and maybe get into the back. A lot of damage coming out on the low ground, seeing if they can pick Purina out, but now you will see Parallax overexposed. That's the difficult challenge here when you do have that, and it will now be, unfortunately, Medics getting a nice pick onto Parallax, and Orca following up onto Snake Attack. Both damage dealers taken out, and that is going to be a solid push here by Vandy if they can continue capitalizing, with Valet getting a double, followed by the kill onto Jack from Purina. 2 minutes and 45 seconds. They still have a lengthy time, and now Orca and Purina once again are on the advance. Medics following as well, seeing if they can get an early pick. Does manage to get the D-Mech, so they will only have the one tank in front, which is going to be Lucolite, needing to try and get around the corner for TM06 to see if they can try and turn it around. And again, it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out as they start to approach this point right now. 4 minutes and 50 seconds. A nice pick, though, by Parallax, getting Orca out of the fight. That's what they want. They need to get that. Now going to look to try and get Purina, but the rockets from above coming, trying to get that pick onto Parallax, but a wonderful cover coming out by Lucolite, using himself as a shield to buy some space for Parallax to get out, unfortunately giving his life, but is going to try and buy them some time here. Payload now starting to turn the corner, needing to see if they can reach the very tail end of this point, as they just need to claim it for victory here against AB Esports. Here comes the Earth Shatter now by Medics in the back near the bank section, seeing if they can try and follow up and harass them back, getting in again a very difficult spot, staggering their plays right now. It will be Snake Attack switching onto the Genji to see if they can once again have a different type of composition pick to try and contest as they are approaching that golden space. Dragon Strike now coming through. You are going to see the Valkyrie come out by Universe to give some extra healing to the team, as Valet is up front, getting a nice Graviton, pulling three together. They are reaching the golden square, the victory right now, with the self-destruct going to be forced out, zoning them off. Universe getting a double kill with the Zarya battle pistol coming out. They're going to go ahead and push. No more remaining for AB Esports, and that is going to be a victory for Vandy, claiming 3 wins over AB Esports on this first match of the bracket for high school esports. Purina getting that play of the game on the Pharah overhead, doing so much damage with the combination, even with the reload. Just so much splash damage that they were not able to challenge and contest Wonderful job from both teams here. Again, it has been an amazing match between these two. Honestly, the control points were extremely stellar. I can't say it enough. That overall usage was amazing for them. And again, I have been your caster, Rich Rad. It has been an amazing opportunity to cast for all of you. It has been an absolute pleasure. And even further, to thank HSEL for allowing me to commentate these nationals right now. Again, this is going to be the first match that we are having for the bracket for a 15,000 grand total winner at the end of this week that we will distribute to one of these high school teams that is going to be split amongst the entire team itself. Again, Rich Rad, I have been your caster. It has been fantastic having all of you view. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, and even better rest of your day. And I hope to see you tomorrow, where I'll be able to cast one more match just before going into the future brackets. Take care, everybody, and have a wonderful rest of your night. Happy gaming.